Alex Albon crash, F1 rookie reveals who is to blame for smash. "I'm angry the session was called off early after the British rookie, 23, ran wide in his Toro Rosso from turn 16 and skidded off into the wall. Albon walked away unharmed, but his car couldn't be salvaged and he was unable to compete in qualifying. According to the man himself, it was all his fault. I'm more angry and disappointed than anything else," Albon admitted. "It was a big crash. It was a bit of a silly one as well. There was just a bit too much AstroTurf, a bit too much throttle and a bit greedy for FP3. I'm a bit disappointed, especially because I think we should have been, or we had a good chance, of being in Q3 today. It had been a really strong weekend." "So yeah, I'm not happy with it." Asked if it was a typical mistake a rookie may make, Albon replied, "It would be a bad excuse. I don't think it should have happened. I think I was a little bit too greedy. I was obviously pushing and trying to find the limits. But it should have been in qualifying and not FP3. Toro Rosso released a statement after the incident confirming their man had escaped unscathed. They wrote on Twitter, following his precautionary checks after the heavy impact in FP3, at Alex_Albon has been given the all-clear from the medical center #Chinese GP. Albon will now start the Chinese Grand Prix on the back of the grid. Next news: F1 news, Lewis Hamilton struggles again in FP3 as Alexander Albon suffers huge China crash. Alexander Albon smacked into the wall at high speed after oversteering at the exit of turn 16 with 5 minutes to go of FP3. The Thai's STR14 suffered massive damage and it is expected he will be absent from qualifying as a result, having been 9th fastest before the red flags. Albon fortunately clambered out of the car without any issues and apologized to his pit wall. Toro Rosso team principal Franz Tost said of the crash, "We will see. We investigate the monocoque and whether the car can be prepared for qualifying or not. It's the 1000th Grand Prix, we can do it. That's how far the development has come in 1000 races. We have safe cars now. So it depends on the engine, and the electronics, these aren't so easy to change quickly." The session ending early meant Mercedes Bottas ended fastest with a time of 1:32.830. Behind him were the two Ferraris with Sebastian Vettel 0.392 seconds slower than the Finn and Charles Leclerc another 0.02 of a second back. Bottas' Silver Arrows teammate Hamilton was 0.849s behind him, having struggled to get to grips with the soft tires on his quicker laps. The Brit was also off the pace on Friday and will hope to step up a level in qualifying later today, 7 a.m. UK time. But his former Mercedes teammate Nico Rosberg expressed his concern for Hamilton's chances of landing pole position in Shanghai. Sky Sports F1 pundit Rosberg said on commentary, "I'm worried about Lewis. He's having one of his off starts to the weekend where he loses motivation. He's so far back, that I don't think he's going to have a shot at pole today." And Rosberg added on Bottas, "He has a clear pace advantage. Bottas appears Mercedes' best hope of securing first spot on the grid and continuing their strong record at this circuit." Mercedes have won 5 of the last 7 races, including 4 straight between 2014 and 2017 before Daniel Ricciardo's success in the Red Bull last year. Hamilton is a 5-time winner on the Shanghai International Circuit with Vettel still seeking his first triumph here since 2009. Next news: Lewis Hamilton admits struggling to get comfortable and build up to Chinese Grand Prix. currently sits just a point behind teammate Valtteri Bottas in the F1 drivers' table, and the reigning champion is keen to retake the lead this weekend. The 34-year-old is aiming to win his sixth world title in 2019, but his claims after Friday's practice session will worry Mercedes fans. "I was struggling with the car today," Hamilton admitted. "We've got work to do, particularly on my side as Valtteri looked much more comfortable in the car. We're going to work hard tonight to find some tweaks and hopefully come back stronger tomorrow." "The car has the pace in it to compete at the front, we just need to find the right setup. It is nice to see how close it is between us, Red Bull and Ferrari. As we expected, the Ferraris still look quicker on the straights. But overall it's very close between the top cars and I anticipate that it is going to be the same tomorrow." Hamilton and Bottas have completed 1-2 finishes in both Australia and Melbourne this year, with both drivers claiming a victory. Bottas remains the underdog in the race for the title, having never finished higher than third in a full season. The Finnish driver admitted a similar worry to Hamilton after Friday's session, and revealed why Ferrari could have an advantage. He said, "Ferrari still seemed to be quicker than us on the straights, whereas we were better in most corners in FP2. We still have room for improvement, but we know the others are going to work hard on their cars as well, so we're going to have to wait and how much we can improve in relation to them." The wind is forecast to change direction over the next 2 days, which can make things really tricky as we saw in Bahrain 2 weeks ago, so that's going to make things interesting. The Chinese Grand Prix will take place on Sunday at 7:10 a.m. GMT. Next news: something is not right. Max Verstappen reveals Red Bull issue at end of China practice. As he pulled into his garage at the end of the second session, Verstappen could be heard saying something is not right. The Red Bull star was third fastest in Shanghai, 0.221 seconds off leader Valtteri Bottas, who finished just 0.027 seconds ahead of second fastest. Finished fourth, 0.707 seconds off the pace, with Nico Hülkenberg and Carlos Sainz fifth and sixth respectively. But Verstappen may be sweating over his performances in qualifying on Saturday after today's issues with the car. The Dutchman has finished third and fourth in his 2 races this season but remains way off the pace of the Mercedes. Red Bull are using Honda engines this season, instead of Renault power, which proved controversial in previous seasons. Clutch issues at the Hungarian Grand Prix frustrated the team last year, and it appears as though the car is still not completely where the team wanted. Charles Leclerc goes into the weekend with more problems after victory was snatched away from him in Bahrain last time out. The Frenchman had issues on his quick laps, finishing the session in 7th as he was easily outpaced by Ferrari teammate Vettel. Vettel was outclassed by Leclerc in Bahrain before engine problems robbed him of a first-ever Formula One victory. So the 4-time world champion will be thrilled to have reasserted his dominance shortly after being reassured by his team that he is still their #1 driver. In the build-up to practice, Ferrari boss Mattia Binotto said he would be prioritized if there is any 50-50 situation where we need to take a decision. He won 4 championships and certainly for us he's the driver who has most probability to challenge for the title. Something we agreed with both drivers is, in a few races time, things may chance for whatever reason, bad luck or whatever could be the situation, we may change our position, no doubt. But on the track, they're free to fight. On the track I think if there is one driver who is certainly faster, he will get the advantage. I think that Charles, as a matter of fact, He had an opportunity to be in pole in Bahrain, he had the opportunity to fight for the win, and he had position in Bahrain. Leclerc currently holds a 4-point advantage over his teammate in the standings, but it might have been more had he not been ordered to stay behind his teammate in Australia. He started on pole in Bahrain before losing the lead and then once again regaining it from Vettel. Ahead of this weekend's race, Leclerc said, "As I showed in Australia, the interest of the team is extremely important. But in this particular situation, in Bahrain, I had quite a big pace advantage at this moment and I had the opportunity on the straight and I just didn't see myself lifting and staying behind. I went for the opportunity, it was a safe pass and I went for it." Thank you for watching the video. Be sure to share and subscribe to your channel to get the latest sports news around the world. Wished health and success. Goodbye.